Good morning, everyone. We are here with you through the mid-morning hours to get you ready for all the big events in your neighborhood.
That's right. The Weather Channel, of course, has you covered from coast to coast.
That's right. And we got a lot to track here across the entire nation. Of course, flooding really a concern and an issue. That's along portions of the Gulf Coast. We're talking Texas, Louisiana now. That'll spread its way east as we head through the coming days. Our storm tracker, Charles Peak, showing us some of the conditions there in and around Alexandria in Louisiana at this hour. And certainly a lot of wet street action ongoing.
Hydroplaning is going to be an issue. I mean, highway speed is going to have to be reduced.
Yeah, heavy rain is going to continue for at least a few more hours. And along with that, we have to also talk about severe weather. I'll get to that in a little bit. But it's certainly one of the factors along the Gulf Coast watching out closely.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Flooding's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, issues with the rain are wide-reaching in today's...
You know, and in general, El Nino often means wetter across the west. It doesn't necessarily mean cold or warm for us here, and that's a problem if we don't get the cold for the mountains in the west here. It's actually really important to build up the snowpack so we have the water supply in the summer. So, you know, yes, rain is beneficial, and we're getting some of that, and we see it right now across Washington, western Washington, and a little bit coming in to the Bay Area and parts of Northern California. We do have a pretty active pattern coming our way as we see these storms lined up over the Pacific Ocean. At the moment, it's raining with 43 degrees in Seattle. Not as cold as the weather that we had last week, where we take you down into the Bay Area. Temperatures running in the 50s, and we've got some rain showers there as well. As we watch this forecast through Sunday, we see the moisture kind of pointed more from Washington, Oregon, maybe Northern California. It is an atmospheric river. It's a Category 2, so it's not the strongest. And in general, these are beneficial. They bring in the moisture. They don't usually bring tremendous problems. We'll watch, though, as we get through the weekend. Again, watching those snow levels, they're pretty high into next week. Another system comes in, the snow levels even higher. So we're not going to get a lot in the snowpack, Alex, from these series of storms.
All right. Well, we are dealing with the wet weather there in the west.
Way, guys, and don't get up over their banks any further and start to cause problems. Jen,
yeah,
Alex,
good update. Good update there, Justin. Here, it's impressive, actually, that Bayou system how it's very expansive too. Houston is a sprawling metro area.
Tough few days, a few weeks, I should say, around Houston. They just had the ice issues. Now we got to deal with flooding.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
But this warm air, you saw the 62 degrees right now in Houston. This warm air is bringing problems. So the system that's going to set up over parts of the central and eastern states for the weekend is going to be bringing us rain and, well, actually more mild conditions. In the south, we're going to have heavy downpours that will race across the region with heightened chances for strong to severe storms.
Now, as you head north, well, we could be seeing maybe a few flakes in the mix. A couple of inches could coat parts of the northeast, including parts of that 95 corridor, maybe getting involved in a little bit more wintry weather before it's all said and done.
Yes. All right. So let's take a look at how this is going to play out for you. Places like Atlanta, warmer temperatures, yes, practically 67 degrees, but storms come in on Saturday.
Yeah, and some of those storms we'll have to watch. Chance for some of those to be a little frisky. A severe weather risk already in play for Saturday. We're going to have to watch that pretty closely here, kicking off the weekend.
And then still, I mean, look at Saturday night, still mild. Temps not dropping. It's been so cold for so many, but that's gone for now. I mean, the extended forecast is mild.
Exactly. So, yeah, that cold, could that be it that we just dealt with?
Could we have had a 10-day winter? This is what I'm asking. This is what I'm asking.
We shall see. But for now, definite warmth taking over. Yeah. And again, that's going to help to fuel some of these thunderstorms that we see. This is Saturday's forecast. You can see a good portion of western Georgia into Alabama. It's not a huge area, but a zone nonetheless where we'll have to watch those thunderstorms closely.
Yeah. I mean, look, lightning is going to be disrupting outdoor events. Not that there's a lot this time of year, but there's some. And, sports are trying to get underway in the south. You got tryouts, people out there practicing. You're going to have to contend with rain and lightning, which could drive you inside.
Yeah, so there you have it. A lot of green on this map. This is Saturday morning from Nashville back to Little Rock. We're dealing with that rain adding up out there, and this is something that we'll see continuing as we work our way through our Saturday late morning and into the afternoon. East Texas, Louisiana, those areas are looking drier for the weekend, so you get a bit of a break, but we do usher in the opportunity for some more rain that can add up later on. But it's east now that we're going to be watching the rain pile up. Everything's going to get soggy. Thinking about places like in Tennessee and even North Carolina, we're just so frozen, right? And now we're going to bring rain over top of that, so it'll be a muddy mess up.
We are here with you through the mid-morning hours to get you ready for all the big events in your neighborhood.
That's right. And the Weather Channel, of course, has you covered from coast to coast.
Yeah, we got weather happening here in those areas here from the West Coast. We'll find it in the east as well. But how about in between? As flooding always a concern in a spot like Houston, and you see folks kind of driving and navigating around some of the wet weather here, using to measure some of the high water on the roads. You can see some of those markers as well.
Yeah.
The waters have been creeping up here in and around the Houston metro and other areas in Louisiana.
I mean, the water isn't getting that high, but the fact is that it could.
Right.
Because why would you have a marker that high if it didn't?
There are some cities in the country that are really susceptible to flooding. Of course, you know, Charleston is. It feels like Houston is one of those as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we've been seeing it firsthand this morning. So we'll bring you more updates there. Also, rain just so widespread all the way up into